Welcome to Socially Lashing's True Life, I'm a Lash Artist. The good, the bad, and everything in between. In this Lash chat, we'll be discussing a lash artist's journey, the ups and the downs that have helped to lead to the success of many lash experts. We also discuss some of the most common questions in lash forums. Next up, teamwork versus solo. What's better? Let's see what the lash experts have to say.
I think teamwork versus working on your own, it's so different person to person. I worked at a salon when I first started and I loved that environment. I loved having that, connection and those relationships with my fellow lash artists. And it was really fun to talk about things, especially, 6 years ago. We didn't know much about how to do lashes. And so a lot of it was trial and error, communicating with each other, figuring out better ways to do things. Now, with that being said, when I went out on my own, I loved being by myself. I loved having that one on one time with my clients. And it felt a lot more personal, not being in an open setting. Now, 4 years after working on my own, I've started to hire on employees. And I've actually had the best time working as a team now again and having that connection with them. And it's been fun. Our clients, we kind of all chat together. And so it really depends person to person. I actually like both. And I think I like working with a team and working with more lash artists now more than being by myself.
Well, I think both. I think a healthy blend of both. I think teamwork in the beginning, it's really hard to love teamwork because, competition is fierce and you always feel like everybody's going to steal my clients and they're better than me or whatever. I think that fight the urge to want to do things on your own because it's going to benefit you. Be a part of a team. And then when you want to branch out and do your own thing, that's okay too. You'll get to a point, most people, I think, so not everybody, but a lot of people get to the point where you're like, I just kind of want to work on my own. And that's okay too. But when you get to that point, you just have to be sure that you have a wait list, you have a reputation, you have a following, and that you're going to be okay on your own because now you automatically have nobody, behind you.
I think that really depends on the personality. So there are some people that just wither if they don't have other people around them and they need to be around other people and be a team. And then there are some people who really enjoy just working alone and they're better that way. So I think it's important to know what is a better fit for your personality.
So I have never actually worked in a lash studio with other lash artists. I started in a spa and did lashes here and there, did more, aesthetic side of things. But I can relate when it comes to working with a team of women for education. But my opinion, there's good and bad, right? So I've been working solo by myself from a home studio for almost about 6 years. And I love it, but sometimes I'm kind of like, I wonder what it would be like to be, in an environment with more lash artists, maybe vibing off of them. But I do like having, kind of my own little space. I don't have any other interruptions. I don't have to listen to other lash artists or their clients talking. I also kind of get to choose, my setup, what products I get to use, my decorations, just everything when it comes to my lash space, since it is, my own lash studio. And I guess the downside of things can be getting lonely. It is a little bit lonely sometimes. Also, if you're maybe a newer artist and you get stuck with something or have a question, I guess a downside would be if you're on your own, you're not going to have anyone to ask for help or any advice. So that is a downer when it comes to working by yourself.
I think it depends on the person. Some people work better on their own And I feel like that's kind of who I am. However, a lot of people also enjoy being around a ton of people in the lash salon, and it works for them. So I just believe it depends on the individual.
I have worked both in a team environment, which has been great, and I've also, currently I'm working solo, which is also great. I think either has its pros and cons. I think that again, if you have a support system, even if you are working alone, if you have a network of people that you can fall back on and ask questions to when you have those questions that pop up, is going to be really important for your career.
Well, I've done both. And what I can tell you from experience is working solo is less stressful. It's only you have to worry about. It's very simple. I think it's like, if you just want less stress in your life, then work solo. But there's so much reward that comes with working with a team as well. I find sometimes it's a little more stressful because you have to navigate people's personalities and you have to become more of a manager. So if you are good at that, then you'll find it's so rewarding. It's like helping these girls like lift up their skills. It's teaching them things, and it's like it brings so much satisfaction to your life. So I feel like if you can work with a team, it's great because you can reach those bigger goals sometimes.
So I did work in a salon. Before I went independent, I did work in a salon. I was the only lash artist in the salon that I did work at. But now that I have experienced both worlds, I do prefer a one-on-one, intimate, independent business. That's not to say that I couldn't work in a studio where there was multiple crafts in the studio. More so, I'm talking about private rooms and that privacy, independent contractor type of feel. I've also noticed since transitioning from the salon setting to an independent setting, I've had a lot of clients follow me and be with me from the beginning that did follow me from the salon setting to an independent setting. And they also prefer the one-on-one intimate setting that I have now compared to the previous salon setting. They just feel more comfortable.
I'm biased because the lash industry right now is catered towards individual lash artists. A lot of the education out there is catered towards the individual lash artist. It's not catered towards a fully functioning salon with multiple lash artists under one roof. So I'm biased and I would like to say team. Also because I feel like in a team environment as a lash artist, when you come in versus, so say you have two new lash artists, they both take the same training, and one goes off on her own and works on her own studio. And yeah, she might have a couple friends that she could reach out to once in a while, or her trainer for questions. But then you have the other lash artist that comes here, and she's got a whole team of people who've been doing this all different levels. And you grow so much more quickly in a team environment than you do on your own.
In my opinion, I love lashing clients in a solo setting. My OCD prefers to have everything done a specific way, so I prefer working in that setting alone. But I love collaborating and networking with industry professionals. I always learn something and have made some genuine connections with people who have inspired me within this industry. Do you agree with any of our lash experts? If you do, go send them a DM on Instagram and let them know how much you love their advice. Don't forget to like Socially Lashing on all social media platforms, and make sure that you are subscribed to sociallylashing.com emails so you have all the articles sent right to your email.